guys, welcome to another edition of Unboxing Live. This is the show that gives you vicarious thrills through opening new gear. And today we're going to be opening up the Apple iPhone, which is actually in this magical little black bag that those of us lucky enough to pick up one of these devices got. If you went to the Apple store, don't know about at&t because we weren't there, but anyway, we're going to unbox this thing, show you everything that's inside. First, we're going to thank our sponsor, GoToMeeting. If you've ever had to share your screen with your peers and weren't in the same room with them, GoToMeeting is your answer. It lets you share your PC with multiple viewers. They can chat on the sidebar and share files and all that kind of stuff. Go to gotomeeting.com/podcast to get a free 30-day trial to try it out. So let's get to the Apple iPhone here. So take it out of the bag. There it is. As always, Apple has the very minimalist packaging. iPhone is on front, just the name and size of the hard drive is on the side there. Apple logo there, and then some information about the product. So let's just start tearing into this. Obviously, this is the iPhone that is only available on at&t's network. Can't get this on a Verizon, Singular, or T-Mobile. Let's open that up there. And there it is. That's the iPhone, wrapped in plastic. So let's pull that out. And this little plastic thing is just there to hold it in place so it doesn't move around. And let's pull that off. So here you can see the front, which is the touch screen. The back is metal, and then there's a little plastic at the bottom so that your antennas can get through. So we'll peel off the protective plastic there. And that's the iPhone. So what you have here is optics grade glass, which won't be scratched by anything other than hard minerals like diamonds. You can have this in your pocket with your keys or a pen or any other paraphernalia like that, and you won't have a scratched screen. That being said, it probably is a fingerprint magnet and an oil magnet, especially when you're holding it up to your face. But you know, that's really any phone with glass. The top here has an on-off button, which we can push to turn it on, and as you can see, it comes right on. There's the Apple logo. And we'll watch it boot up for a moment. This hasn't been activated, obviously, since we just opened it up, so you're not going to see the main home page. It'll actually ask us to activate the product, which we're not going to do right now. So there it is. It's not activated. However, I could slide this to the right to call 911. So that's actually very convenient. Press the home button there and it comes back on. The other things on this phone on the top is the headphone port, which is actually recessed. You're actually going to need to buy an adapter if you want to use any other headphones other than the official Apple headphones that came with the iPhone. At least many headphones I've tried haven't worked, but you can pick up one from Belkin, for example, for $9.99. That'll fit right in there and then allow you to plug in any other things. The slot here is your SIM card slot, which is not open. You can't open it, just on your own. You actually need a little paper clip that you push in there, and then it ejects the tray. Apple does recommend that you just leave that SIM card in there and use that one when you activate the iPhone. So that's that. On the back, as you can see here, there's a camera on the top right. You have the Apple logo, which I guess kind of serves as a mirror, but doesn't work as well as those other small mirrors you see on alternative cell phones. There's the iPhone. There's 8 gigs, which is what it is. And then the bottom here is made of plastic. This is the only plastic piece on the iPhone, aside from some of the buttons, and that's where the antenna is stored, so that you get a good clean signal as opposed to having metal getting in the way of that. Let's move on to what else is in here. Designed by Apple of California. This is probably just going to be your typical instruction manual. So there's fingertips, which kind of just shows you how to operate the iPhone when you first get it. Some of the different features you have there and how to use them. An iPhone product guide, which is all the warnings, typical warnings that you'll see. A couple of Apple stickers, which anyone who's bought an Apple hardware product in the past has seen before. Might not want to stick that on the face of your iPhone though. And then an iPhone cleaning cloth, which is very nice because, again, I'm sure this thing is going to get oily and filthy and Probably not too filthy, but it will have some smudges on it, so you can use something like this to clean it up. But there's no telling how long it'll keep that new pristine look there. Oh, a couple things I forgot on here is you have your hold switch. I believe that. Yep. What is that? No, that's not a hold switch. That's a mute switch.
It is a mute and a hold switch.
So as you see there, mute, and it turned off. Mute, unmute. There's a bell. Mute. There's a bell with it crossed out. Fantastic. And then you have your volume rocker, which there's no volume right now because it's not activated, but you just push up or down to change the volume. But this mute switch is actually very handy for movie theaters. Just one flick and you're done. Moving on. Headphones. Now these look similar to the normal Apple headphones you'll get with any other iPod, but it actually has two distinct features. First, it actually fits into the iPhone headphone jack. So as you'll see here, that'll just go right in like that, and that hole actually fits the circumference there, which not many other headphones will. And then the other part is this area on what would be the right earbud. This allows you to answer a call, skip to the next track if you're listening to music, and all you do is just click it or double click it, and you can actually control actions on your iPhone right here from your headset. And that also serves as your microphone if you're on the phone. You can use it as a phone headset as well. The iPhone also comes with a dock, which is actually the first iPod or iPhone type of thing in a long time to do that, other than the iPod Shuffle, which requires one because it's such an odd form factor. But there's the iPhone's dock, and here you can see as I get it open, the iPhone fits right in like that. Bam. And the unique part about this is that it has a line out port on the back as well. So you can dock your iPhone, hook up the line out to some external speakers, and you can actually listen to your music or watch movies if you wanted to hold it sideways for some reason like that. But it also, uses to charge and things like that. Speaking of charge, there's your charge cable. That's how you're going to connect it to USB on your computer. But you also have this power adapter included as well. So you can plug the USB cord into that after you unwrap it, of course. Let's do that. USB, and then just plug that right into a wall. The other end can go into the dock or into the iPhone itself, just like that. And you can charge it from a power adapter. I do find this USB cord to be fairly short. I mean, I had trouble, plugging it into a wall and then having enough room to even put it on top of a desk or table. So that's that. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else in this box here. The iPhone obviously is the main attraction of this unboxing ceremony, if you will. There's not really anything else to focus on. It's all about this device. Activate iPhones, and then by connecting to iTunes, that means you actually activate it yourself. You don't activate it in store. And we're going to do that in another video next. So check out bleedingedgetv.com to see the activation video. And we're also going to give you a full interface walkthrough, going through every single menu on this device after it's activated, just to kind of show you all the bells and whistles of the iPhone. So until next time, I'm Andrew Edwards. Tune in for another edition of Unboxing Live soon. This is the show that brings you vicarious thrills through opening new gear.